Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is July 18th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. We're going to toggle back and forth, and as a lot of you know, you're getting some thunderstorm activity there across Southern California between Los Angeles and San Diego here this morning. And yeah, you can see some of that activity rolling around. Looks like it's starting to wrap up here a little bit, but yeah, that monsoon moisture has indeed made its way back into portions of California. We'll see what's to come here over the next few days. We'll take a look at the extended forecast as always as we go through the video here this morning. Now, taking a look here, this weather station just happens to record lightning. So if you want one of these to have fun at your place of residence, this weather station is the best you can buy for the money. Help support the channel. Click on the link down below to save 10% off. You will not regret buying this. It stores all the data for you in the cloud. Great smartphone app. Very fun weather station. So taking a look at the vertically integrated smoke, let's take a look at what is going on here this morning. We scroll through the day today. You can see again the Orleans complex looks like the green fire flaring up there a bit as we go through tonight. We go through to Saturday morning here, and yeah, again we flare up tomorrow as well. But you see, we don't have a lot of fire or smoke production going on across Southern California over the next couple of days, so kind of good on that note. But this could still make some of the sunsets a little bit of that orange tint out there as well, with some of the smoke still floating around. But you can see it's on the downward trend for now, at least until the next fires get going here. And who knows when that's going to happen. But if you want to go, you can check this out. Again, this is fire.ca.gov, and you can check out the fires closer to your areas. If we click on there, that should be the green fire. It is. It's up over 17,000 acres. The Orleans complex is approaching 12,000 acres right now as well. Now, taking a look here at the drought monitor. So this is the latest update here over the last 2 weeks. It didn't look like we had much in the way of changes here across California or even much of the Southwest. I didn't see much in the way of changes at all here over the last 2 weeks. We still have some of this moderate, severe, and some extreme drought out there though, however, and some abnormally dry is shown in the yellow areas. So this is looking at today, National Weather Forecast Office, San Diego, California. And again, you can see the shower and thunderstorm chances this afternoon. Look at Big Bear Lake right there, 50-50 chance. How about it? And then you can see, some of the higher terrain getting some better amounts with that. And again, this is issued very early this morning by San Diego National Weather Service. This is Los Angeles National Weather Service. You can see it does show a very slight chance of some of that creeping out over some of the lower elevations there, including Los Angeles as we go through the day today. Can't rule out a couple of thunderstorms out there. Could be some dry lightning, fire starts, damaging wind gusts, with some of these storms, localized flooding. That's on the lower side of things there, but you can't rule that out. Now, this is, we're looking at Las Vegas, which does cover, again, portions of California. There's Barstow as you go through the day today, better than 1 in 3 chance there. And then we start to bring those chances down a little bit here on Saturday, but they may increase a little bit Saturday for some of the Sierra Nevada. But look at Las Vegas, maybe under the gun again here today. Had some pretty interesting storms over there last couple of days as well. So yeah, this should be on the wane here, but we're going to take a look at the extended forecast as well, because some of the models are pointing to maybe a return of some monsoon moisture towards the end of the month. This is Hanford National Weather Service. You can see as we go through the day today, look at there's Independence, there's Mathers Pass, Benton, Hot Springs, Silver Peak, Gold Point across Nevada. You can see we do have that chance for some thunderstorm activity. And also I wanted to point this out, Reno, it does talk about the chance of some thunderstorms, mainly south of Highway 50. Reno does cover portions of California as well. And you can kind of see Friday forecast here for portions of Arizona. There's Flagstaff versus Phoenix. You can see some of the big differences in the heat between the two locations. So you got to like the heat if you live in Phoenix, 106 versus Flagstaff at 82. Of course, you get the muggy on rim up here as well, some higher terrain features, and you can see the chances of showers or thunderstorms on the day today. So taking a look here, you can see we got this little bit of a blurb of monsoon moisture that flowed back into California. That's going to go away for a bit, and you can see the troughing start to develop across some of the west coast of North America. It's going to help keep the temperatures suppressed here across the region. In fact, we're going to be below normal here as we go through the second half of July, it looks like, and then we scroll off towards the end of the month, and we may get a return of some of that monsoon moisture. It doesn't show it yet here. I'll show you some of that in the extended forecast, but you can see no big ridge building across the west coast of North America, no big heat dome, at least in the short-term forecast. So total precipitation in inches as we go through this morning. You can see the European kind of picking up on that precipitation that was out there. I'm going to show you more on that here in a moment. And as we scroll through the day today, you see still a few showers across the higher terrain there, maybe some of the desert areas out towards Las Vegas as well, California, maybe even out towards Palm Springs, maybe a little bit of a shower today, thunderstorm. Then we go through Saturday, and you can see some of that precipitation across some of the Sierra Nevada there. And then we kind of wrap up this round of the moisture here across the region. So taking a look at the high resolution rapid refresh, picking up on some of that storm activity between, again, Los Angeles and San Diego as we go through the day today. And you can kind of see that as we go through the morning hours. It did show a little bit across Los Angeles here, but that should be right about where we are right now. So maybe a few more showers to be had out there, but should be wrapping up across Los Angeles and San Diego for today. But you can see there's Daggett right there. You can see some of that thunderstorm activity bouncing around today. And again, some of these showers could be locally heavy. And I lived out here in Tonopah, Nevada, and I know, it doesn't take much rainfall in a short amount of time to really cause some flooding issues, although this should not be a widespread threat. Now, GFS, total precipitation in inches, picked up on this morning stuff, and then we're going to scroll a ways off into the future here. So we're going through July 21st, 22nd, now we're into the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and you can see a return to some of that monsoon moisture here as we go towards the end of the run. And I'm going to show you the European here in a bit as well, because it does kind of agree with the GFS with the return some of that monsoon moisture as we go through the end of the month. And I'm going to show you that here as well. So this is the slug of moisture we got that created those storms here the last couple of days. And then we scroll off into the future there. We're watching some tropical systems off here to the south. You can see the Hawaiian Islands way off to the bottom left of this image here. And we scroll through here, and again, no big heat dome dominating our weather here. You can see the intertropical convergence zone again down to the south with some tropical systems kind of moving from east to west. We scroll off in towards the following weekend, and you can see that next surge of moisture there in the 10+ day time period starting to show up towards the end of the run there for some of the southwest, maybe moving back into California. And of course, the GFS always wants to spin up one of these stronger systems as you go through the extended forecast as well, but you kind of ignore that at that time range. Now, looking at the European, we're going to blast through here, and we're going to watch that intertropical convergence zone move. And then you can see at the end of the month, you see this moisture start to return back in towards California there. That is the potential for some of that monsoon moisture returning. So a little bit of an agreement there with the GFS, but we'll watch that over the next few days. Now, I'm highlighted here across Southern California, and you can see we've got some precipitation that did fall. I can click on some of these here, and you can see Capistrano Beach looks like just over a 6-7 inch of rain. Some of the areas, the Rim Rock Reserve up there, over a 1/4 inch of rain. And of course, thunderstorm activity, some of these producing prolific lightning amounts. And, a lot of areas aren't getting a lot of rainfall. So some of those lightning strikes could have started some fires. So watch out for that. But you can see some of this got all the way out towards the coastal regions here as well. So look at that ocean side picking up 0.03 of an inch of rain. And if we look at Riverside, you can see was detecting thunderstorm activity, and it looks like there is an observer there on the site, Riverside. So that warms my heart. I used to be an old National Weather Service behind the scenes data collection guy, so I used to do this for a long time, and I taught this METAR and aviation coding here at a local college for about 9 years. So yeah, this is kind of where my entire skill set started way back in the day. So yeah, kind of fun stuff there watching the METARs come out from Riverside, California yesterday. So looking at 2-meter temperature anomaly. So as you can see, we don't have any big warm up coming. In fact, as we go through this week, you can see these below normal temperatures here across much of the Southwest and much of the state of California. So kind of a nice thing here going through the end of July when it can be very hot at this time of year. 6 to 10 day kind of reflects that as well as we go through July 23rd through 27th. There's the below normal signal there, but that may be getting changed up here in the Climate Prediction Center if it continues to show the models that precipitation moving back up into the region here from that monsoon flow, that is going to flip in a hurry. And there's an 8 to 14 day, kind of a mixed bag here. We'll take that with a grain of salt. And again, the 8 to 14 day, take that with a grain of salt as well. So anyway, if you guys want to help support the channel, go to the Patreon page. Link should be down below. You can go to the community tab there, and you can send me images and chat and whatnot. And if you want, you can give some of your hard-earned money by donating here on the Patreon page as well, or you can click the join button on the YouTube page down below. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. We will do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.